Hello and welcome to Politics on Sunday. I am Femi Akonde. My conversation today will be with a businessman and the national chairman of the 100% Focus Movement for Jagaban. That is the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the name of my guest is Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed. Welcome to the program, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yes, I've read about your group, the 100% Focus Movement, and all that you have been doing across the country. What makes you very much believe in that Tinubu Shettima presidency, and you think it's also in the best interest of Nigeria?
The 100% Focus Movement was formed out of desire to participate in the politics of Nigeria, in the sense that when you look at the politics of Nigeria before now, it's all about people coming together to shout, vote for this, vote for that. And it's all a business of picking people anyhow to just campaign for people. And the people, the audience, also you realize they are not the audience that were truly ruling. What I mean by audience that were truly ruling means those working in office like you and I. We're not participating in politics. We're just sitting down, browsing, doing our work, and some people will just elect the president for us. So now, and I'll say it's important for us to key into the government. Can't just be sitting down, saying politicians should be the one ruling us. We also were politicians by the virtue of the fact that we're Nigerians, so we have the right to say, we have the right to be prepared. So if a government is going to make a mistake, it's making a mistake from the day that you say you're not participating in forming that government. So that's the reason why we're not getting it all the time. We tend to blame the government, but we don't participate in forming the government. Okay, so, and I've been trained as a software programmer right from Lagos, and I'm from the north, and I was born and raised in Lagos. My primary and secondary school in Lagos. I could speak Yoruba and Hausa and English fluently, for the fact that I'm from Lagos. And I've seen how Lagos was before, and we've seen how Nigeria had been in the last 20 years. And I've seen different politicians coming out, and I've seen different things being said. Okay, and there's no this inclusiveness from maybe group coming together to say, let's think Nigeria as one. We're Nigerians, right? If today you don't have Nigeria, you cannot travel to go anywhere. So it's our country that we have, and we're at the bridge of having issues. People saying, let Nigeria break, let this happen, let this. So, and if you look at 2023, is a critical to our existence as a country, and we're not ready. My children, I don't want them to go somewhere else and become a refugee. So it's important that we send that message across people that think very well to understand that we need to be serious as a country. We need to also participate in the coming election so we can say the right thing to the right people, say right thing to the wrong people so they can become right people. That's why we now say it's important we form 100% focus and include all Nigerians in there, irrespective of where you're coming from. As long as you're a Nigerian, you are also a member of 100%.
But are there particular groups you're targeting? Because if you look at, let's say, on a typical election day, the people you see at the polling units are maybe women, the elderly, and youth. Most of the youth now that you see at polling units are maybe not well-educated youths. Are just the kind of some people refer to as political thugs and all of that. Those are the people you see at polling units. But how are you targeting the critical mass of the youth population, the educated ones, and even let's say people in the corporate world to key into this and understand the need to vote?
That's the reason why we're here. We're in here to send the message across before it's too late. And you know, education, when you look at it, it's relative. Not going to school to make 1, 2, 3. Most important thing is the knowledge to participate in what you do not know. That's what education is all about. So, and the literacy is about reading and writing. So you can read Arabic, it's reading. You can read Swahili, it's reading. You can read Amharic, it's reading, like Hebrew, it's reading, right? So you don't have to learn English. Just learn what the people can understand. It can be cartoon. You draw and send a message across, and people will be able to understand. So all I'm trying to say is I don't see them as a political talks were participants of election. It's just that the way they're being trained to do what they're doing, that's why they're doing that. You understand? So everywhere when you go sometimes, it's those talks that clear roads for you if you have issue. When you have issue on your roads, it's the talks that you call that will come around and see you through. While the well-learned ones will be scared of you and run away, right? So as far as I'm concerned, those people are the people we're targeting to make them look decent in front of the world. That's one. And also market women. They are our mothers, where they train us on how to do the right thing, right? They send us to school and work hard. So, and these are the people participating also in the voting. So we targeted market women. The one we held at Okeodo in Akege, we targeted about 3,000 market women from Okeodo local government, from Alimosho local government. Yeah. And Alimosho local government is the largest local government in Nigeria in terms of population. So that's our first main target. Then later on, we now went to Kwara. We brought all the market women in all the 37 local government of Kwara, if I'm correct. They came under one roof, and we send a message across to them. You know, earlier on you asked me, what are the reactions of the people that we been invited into our So, and the thing is, you'll be amazed when you look at the videos that we've recorded for the event that we carried out, that people are coming with their food and money to spend and dance for the candidate we're asking them to vote.
So what are they saying? What do they want in return?
No, all they want in return, they say good leadership, and they believe he can install good leadership. Is all about good programming of people. So it's all about coming out to shout or say, I know how to do this. No, Nigeria is beyond that. Nigeria is all about getting the right people, and we do know that in the last 20 years, he's the only participant in Nigeria political atmosphere to take in people to now bring them to standard of the world. Not only in Nigeria, I've seen him dealing with the leaders from Gambia and other West African countries. So I, as a citizen of Nigeria, and I as a northerner, I as a Nigerian, as Nigeria in the sense that I'm from the north by the geographical, but I see myself, I live in Nigeria, and I'm a Nigerian. So the candidate we are agitating for, and the one the people are asking for based on our participation with them, is all about they've seen that quality of leadership in him. And what is quality of leadership? He's been a follower before, and he's been a kingmaker before, and he's been also a participant in the business atmosphere of Nigeria before, in trying to find the right thing to do at the right time. And he has been a problem solver and mathematician. And categorically, the current government that we have in power, if the government had not collaborated with him and his people back in Southwest, definitely the government couldn't have been in power. And the people in Southwest are saying, Nigeria's problem today, which is a general global problem, is as a result of Ashwaju that made them to participate in the last election or the last two elections, and so he's there to be blamed for. So even if they don't want to vote for him, it's because of the situation that we are today, and he led them to that situation. And we kept on telling them, look, Nigeria's situation is not bad as you think, because if you go around the world, in America and in the UK, everywhere, there's crisis everywhere, right? So you as a citizen of Nigeria is to think about your problems and see how you can solve it. We do know that we have security issues, and everywhere you go in the world, there are security issues. We do know that we have hospitality issue. We do know how we have transportation issue. We know that we have some roads that are not good, not all, because I've traveled like 10 hours 2 days back, and I was impressed with what I've seen. Just a little thing from here to Kano would take you like 4 hours after everything that's been done, that's been going on now, if it's been concluded. And I'm hoping if Ashwaju should come back and become the president of Nigeria, if he should come as the president of Nigeria, infrastructurally, if the word is correct, Nigeria will be well connected in terms of those basic things that we do not have. Good roads, security, hospitals, that's health, communication, IT. he'll be able to put all those things into place. It's all about going and buying things and bringing things from abroad. It's all about us realizing that today Nigeria's economy needs to be good if we can do a lot of export. So how many exportation do? We do very less of that compared to importation. And we do a lot of spending. Nigeria spend a lot of foreign currency in a day. How many foreign airlines come into Nigeria? I haven't been to the UK or US to study in Nigeria, right? But how many parents believe in what I believe in? By not sending, I'm not going to send my kids to any UK to study or any United States of America. So you know why? YouTube and pandemic has taught us that the biggest university is online. So they can learn here, and we save money from education. So you send your kids to go and study with 50 million naira. How long will you take the child to give you a return on investment? So some of our artificial problems is not all about the government not doing the right thing. It's the people not doing the right thing in terms of their spending. People want to go to other places. You can go to maybe, for instance, Uyo, for instance, Akwa Ibom, for instance, to have fun. You can go to Cross River to have fun, right? Because they have places that will be attractive. But we don't want to do that. Last year I was at Gudu Ranch. I was impressed with what I've seen. You know, I've been to Uyo, and I'll say this is the next Dubai of Nigeria if if the states is being helped by the government. How many of our airlines now are national airlines? You're right, but we spend money by giving it to foreign airlines in terms of traveling. So how much money do Nigerian governments send out as a repatriation to foreign countries? So all these things, when it piles up, we can eat our cake and have it, right? So, but I know him being an accountant, being a very good administrator, because Lagos economy is equivalent to one particular nation's economy, right? So Lagos economy, how it's been established, we do know that he only spent 8 years struggling to become the leader of Lagos, right? Because he had a bad time with some of those opponents that he's contesting against when they were in power. He had a bad time with them. They did not allow him to fix Lagos the way he wanted it. But the trick is, if I was going to go, I'm going to select a better leader than me. So he selected Fashola, and then Fashola left. He brought another person that was good, and another person like that. So that's why I believe that if we elect him as our leader today, our next leader will be greater than him. And that's going to fix Nigeria.
But not many people want to credit Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the architect of modern Lagos. The opposition party would not say that. They are saying that most of the infrastructure in Lagos were built by the federal government and not Ashwaju and successive governments after him. You have lived in Lagos. You were born in Lagos. What's your view?
No, it's not true, because I saw my primary school. I couldn't understand it. And my friend is the local government chairman of Agege local government chairman, and he was under his administration. He fixed that school, right? So, and it's fixing more. Ambode, for instance, fixed a lot, and Songlu did, and also Fashola did, in terms of education, in terms of free education. This is not a schools that you go and pay a lot of money to attend. In Abuja here, those kind of schools, we don't even have them, and we're paying a lot. Right? So all I'm trying to say is people can say federal government. Which federal government fixed Lagos? We do know that federal government will only fix a state by helping the state in terms of the money they send to that state. They don't do anything. We say roads. Roads is the only problem Lagos is having. How about security? And how about businesses that people are doing? If you bring in any foreign countries, any foreign companies into Nigeria, tell you won't stay in Lagos. So all those infrastructure in Lagos, which federal government will come out and say? The federal government roads, the federal government projects that we do, you and I do know that 1999 to 2003, they said they should do a dualization of road from Kogi from Abuja to Lokoja. Yeah. Up to now, it has not been finished. It's still, everybody that comes just use it as a way to fix certain things. But go and check what happened now between Ibadan and Lagos. Ibadan and Lagos. Who is the who is the Minister of the Infrastructure? I'm talking about Minister of Works and Housing. You understand? Minister of Works is Fashola, right? So, and Fashola used to be Lagos State Governor. And check out from Abuja to Kano now, what's going on. The last time that our roads has been under construction, I mean, it's been done the way it is, was about 30 years ago. So it's this government that said, let me uproot, let's also uproot everything and start from scratch. But we're impatient. We say it's not doing, but we've seen what they're doing. So, and we're not saying in the last 20 years, all the government that we had, they did not try their best. Nigeria is a complex country. Until when you're in that seat, that you realize that it's not easy for us to fix the country in a day. So, but when you have a succession of better leaders, it will lead you to a great country eventually. But when you make mistake of not having consistency in how you select your government, then you have problems. So the reason why I don't want another party to rule Nigeria is, you do know that there is no structure in those other parties, right? So for them to come into power, they waste our time again to fix the structure. Then before they now fix Nigeria, they will have political fixing of their house first.
18 political parties, 18 presidential candidates. Ashwaji is just one. There is Atiku, there is Kwankwaso, there is Peter Obi, and a number of them. Why not Atiku? Why not Peter Obi? Why not Kwankwaso?
The reason why I don't like talking about other candidates, I only concentrate on the one and the one that Focus had focused on. Focus is all about focusing the right thing, right? I don't want distraction, right? So straight to the point. This is the man that is meeting our expectation. That is going to meet our expectation. So other ones to me is distraction. I don't want to waste my energy going to describing them. It doesn't mean that I have already made up my mind and my group, and the rest people that we're talking about have made up their mind. I've traveled, like I told you, by road from Kwara State to Ibadan and the rest of it, and I haven't seen joy from people participating and saying they want to do other candidates. Of course, other groups that say agitating LP, agitating for PDP, yes, they have the right to choose who they want to choose for, and I have the right, and my group also has the right, we have the right to say we're going for Ashwaji. But the reason why we're going for Ashwaji is because of that consistency in what, whenever he says something, he does it. Right? That's all. It's all about honesty this time around. When you take a look at the presidential candidate of PDP, for instance, we've seen him moving around from one party to another, from even Ashwaji himself. I'd helped him in the past when PDP disallowed him to contest in 2007 election. He said, come and join me, come and join ACN or AC. And he did that, and he helped Probably, he helped all the people to come, even the president that we have now also is as a result of intervention of Ashwaji. So what's wrong with the person selecting the right people to lead at the right time, saying he wants to become the president? So for me, I want a matured mind in terms of leadership to rule us. He, the PDP candidate, rule as a vice president. And you know, vice president is a limitation to things that he can solve. But if you have CNC of a place like Lagos, you have CNC of a place like Gambia, Guinea, and the rest of them, and combined together, and even Cote d'Ivoire, for instance, because of the economy and the complexity of Lagos. So if you take Lagos for granted, that Lagos is not up to the task, then that means you do not even understand what Nigeria is all about. Because Lagos contains everybody in Nigeria. All the 500 languages, all of them, very sure, most of them are living in Lagos, unless if certain pressure will make you to move to other part of the country. Of course, Kano is a great city, it's a great state, and it's doing very well. It's also like Lagos in another form, right? The same thing with Akwa Ibom. If you go today, and Cross River and River State, they're all equally doing very well. Like the governor for River State is doing pretty very well to his people. The infrastructure is amazing, even though it's from opposition party, but he's doing the right thing, right? So if you go to Benue, the same thing. If you go to Bauchi, the same thing, right? But the thing is, we're not saying that everybody should do APC everywhere, but where the right thing's supposed to be done. When it comes to leadership of Nigeria, let's do the right thing. So in terms of who is supposed to lead Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is our candidate. In the respective places, again, where other opposition parties have done the right thing, let the people around all those places vote for their gubernatorial. We're not saying it should be changed, but the gubernatorial also should make sure that the right thing is done from the presidential. And let's look at APC ruling, because they already have structure of 8 years. By the time you remove them from power, you're back to zero. These guys will come and start rebooting.
Don't you think those parties who you're saying should vote for another party at the presidential level, it will be termed anti-party, and they might be sanctioned for it?
About Nigeria, there's nothing when Nigeria first. So anti-party, we're not, the party is not Nigeria, right? Nigeria is Nigeria. So when it comes to Nigeria, we should have united mind. There's nothing like anti-party. We're doing the right thing, right? We want to fix Nigeria. They do know other parties do not have the structure of APC. If all the members of APC should come out and vote, nobody will win this election. If you understand, if they're serious, they want to get their members to vote, because the second, according to statistics, after CPC of China, is the second largest party in the world. So if their members will vote for them truly, they should win every election, right? And they should win in every state. But because of openness, it's only during that you now see other parties even saying, you're having LP, the Labour Party, ABGA, and some other parties in some other places like PRP in Bauchi, for instance. They all have places in the government, right? So when it comes to Nigeria, we should be united with mind. Of course, some part of the country agitating for their own candidate is their rights, right? But we, as we're saying, the right thing to do is, I'm from the north, power should shift to the south. All power should shift to the person that understands Nigeria better. And person that had united Nigeria before now should be given the chance to continuously unite Nigeria.
And that person is?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
All right, then lastly, let's look at the stakeholders responsible for the conduct of a credible, free and fair election. INEC, the police, and all other civil society, and indeed the institutions of the democratic institutions in the country. How well prepared would you say they are? We have seen lately the attacks on INEC offices, and it's raising concerns that will we have an election in 2023? Do you think these people responsible, these institutions responsible for conducting the election, would deliver or are up to the task?
The 2015 election, you and I did know back then, the security situation of Nigeria is not as the way it is today, meaning today is better than before, because that time you don't even know when things get exploded, right? So all I'm trying to say is, if INEC, the same organization, could conduct election when Nigeria was during its trying times, right? That time, 2015, successfully. So now it's all about also looking at what they did the other time to do it again. And it's going to happen. And the security, the same police, were the same police that was there when we did 2015. And Nigeria was in a critical security issue whereby the government of then wanted some states to be marked not to be elected. The election should not be on in those states. And INEC refused. INEC use its people and deliver result for us, and we move on. 2019, the same thing. So there's experience in that arena. So we need to respect the fact that all institutions in Nigeria, they know the right thing to do. So once you put tax on them, and thank God now we have videos, we have online videos and all these tools to help us see what is going on in different aspects of the country. So technology is going to help us to be able to know. We've opened an intelligence center in Kaduna for us, as a focus for Ashwaju. And what the intelligence center doing is collecting information about all different types of things that could likely happen during the election. So we are unauthorized, let me put it, media house that we open to do investigative and journalism for the purpose of Nigerians, to make sure that wherever we find intelligence about wrong things, we share with us. We share with the security, like, look, this is what's going on here, be able to do this, be able to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, I do not see anything wrong. Today, they say Nigeria is not secure. And the people still say Nigeria is not secure, still live in Nigeria. But if you go to other countries today, you don't even know when the bullet is coming. You just hear someone, they say hate crime.
We don't have hate crime issue in Nigeria that you just hate Igbo and start killing them, or you hate Yoruba and start killing them. It doesn't happen there. So our police just doing the right thing. They're all about for the present government to put tax on them. This election, I don't want it to fail, and it's not going to fail. And we have DSS also. DSS also will be at the tax. And we have other institutions also that are also pretty doing very well. Nigerians, the biggest problem of Nigeria is Nigerians. The biggest problem of Nigeria is Nigerians in the sense that we tend not to appreciate the little that we have. And we're still living in the same country we're always abused. We're not going anywhere. Number of Nigerians living outside, they are not up to the ones living in Nigeria. So what are the ones living in Nigeria doing better than the ones living outside? You understand, sir?
Thank you so much. A very nice place to live in. Well, we've been having that conversation with Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed, the national chairman of the 100% Focus project for Asiwaju, telling us about what they have been doing across the country, mobilizing votes for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you for your time on the program. I am Femi Akonde.